Hey guys, this is ByzantiumPNG, and today we're going to be doing another palette knife painting. This time I'm going to use more than just one palette knife. And this painting is going to be inspired by a picture, which I will put on screen right now. I'm not going to do it exactly like this picture, but I am going to do it similar to this picture. So let me grab some colors, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we're going to start off with some crimson. This is oil color, by the way. Crimson red. Payne's gray. It's like a cooler color of gray. Like if you mix gray with blue. But only a little bit of blue. I mean, obviously it's more gray. Hence the name. Burnt umber. Yep, I got some on my finger now, didn't I? That's the thing for oil colors, it's gonna be a stain. I do not recommend wiping on your desk though. Alright, now I'm gonna do my little Caucasian mix. You take 1 part blue. This is phthalo blue, by the way. 1 part red, in this case, crimson red, because that's the one I have on hand, and it matches the phthalo blue. And 2 parts yellow. In this case, I'm using yellow medium. I usually measure these in drops, so I position them like the way the colors are positioned on screen. And whenever you mix this, it's good to add white. These 2 colors, they're dry, so I'm gonna just touch them. I'm just gonna take a palette knife here and just kind of get them out of the way. This time I'm not wiping on my desk because I don't want this much paint on my desk. So I'm just gonna wipe it on the other side of the palette, just almost off camera. Alright, so yeah, you add a little bit of white to it as well. I have a big thing of it right here, but I'm only adding I'd say 1.5 parts. Maybe 2 parts white. Oh, in this picture I'm also gonna be using ivory black. This is like a very, very dark brown black. Like, it's definitely black, obviously, but you can see brown in it. I'm using it because straight black is a very large contrast. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and... Only time I'm using a brush in this painting is going to be to mix this paint. I'm going to use one of my crappier brushes that I don't want. That way it's, it's easier to clean. This is not even a branded brush. Oh no, never mind. Craftsmart, which I believe is like the Hobby Lobby brand. By the way, that's how I get most of my art supplies from, is Hobby Lobby. I might use the wrong color blue for this. If I did, I'm just gonna add more, I'd say red. Yeah, 100% use the wrong blue for this. Either that or I used too much of it. That's my bad. It shouldn't come out. It should come out kind of a gross brown color. Yeah, too much blue. That's what that is. Alright, no, I never really had that happen. Honestly. I mean, I'm definitely not perfect. But I never had it that drastic. So, bear with me on this right here. I'm going to add one more part red. And one more part... Oops, don't over tighten your caps. And one more part yellow. Now, I'm pretty sure the white is okay. If not, I'll just add one more part white. I'm gonna go ahead and skip this bit. I'm gonna now I'll come back whenever I have it sorted out and mixed. Alright, it's been over 5 minutes. And I can't seem to get the paint mixed into a proper, flesh color. And I've already used way too much paint on there. I added another part white to it. And again, I've used too much paint. I don't want to waste up all my oil because oil color is really expensive where I am. So I'm gonna have to improvise a bit. In the original picture, I'll put it back on screen as a reference. Is it's painted during the daytime. The subject is moving during the daytime. Well, since I've got a really dark version of skin color, I'm gonna paint it in the nighttime. I'm also going to make it kind of a rainy day to further darken it, and also add some more things for me to do with my palette knives here. Now, to start off, I'm going to be using this palette knife here, because it covers a pretty good bit of ground, and my small palette knife for detailing. This may take me a minute, so I'm going to speed this bit up here. I actually have a suggestion, not on YouTube, but someone told me that it might be a good idea to get in contact with a gallery. Not to, beg them to put my work in there. I mean, I'd be beside myself if I get my work in a gallery, tell you what. But just for information of what's required to do something like that. So I might actually do that, and if I do get my work in a gallery, it's always going to be local to where I am, so it most likely will be the Norton Art Gallery. Unsure yet. I doubt they'll actually display my work. I mean, they might, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. But, like, if they can give me information of what's required to do something like that. Because obviously, not everyone can get their work displayed in a gallery. That doesn't mean that you're a bad artist, it just means the gallery doesn't want your work. Art is completely subjective. I mean, some people find a banana duct taped to a wall art. And I personally hate postmodernism. But some people like it, so... And by postmodernism, I mean, like, I don't mean abstract, I mean, like, contemporary art. I'm just not a fan of it. When I think of art, I think of form and, beauty, not a banana duct taped to a wall. Alright, so on the skin color situation, as you can see on her legs there, what I'm thinking I can do is instead of just saying about, like, the lighting is weird or whatever for skin color, I'm just gonna, it's gonna be leggings, because that kind of complements the red. So I'm gonna say it's leggings. She was gonna be bare-legged, but, I messed that one up. Now, I'm gonna add a little bit of titanium white to my palette over here for her gloves. Now, you might be thinking that it's dumb to do this with a white background, well, a current white background. And you'd be right, but the way I got it planned when I'm doing this background, I'm not gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna spoil it, but you'll see. Actually, I'm not gonna do this hand yet. I'm gonna do this hand up here, where she's holding her hat. Trying to think of something to say. I don't like being radio silent for this long. This might be a double or triple video. I'm not sure yet. Currently, at this second, it is Monday, and as you know, I upload Sundays. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to finish this right here. So I got a few plans I want to do with it. You know, make it look nice. So it might take me till Saturday to finish this. It might not. If it does, then this is gonna be a good video. If it doesn't, then I'm probably gonna add more than one. Someone told me on Discord that they like longer videos, and my last video did pretty well. I mean, I got 3 likes within the first couple of days to my 9 views at the time I checked. So that's like a 33% ratio of people who watching it liking it. And that's the one where I said if I get like a certain number of likes, I'd freaking draw something from the comments. So that's pretty okay. So I know that one now. I'm gonna make her look like her dress is blowing in the wind. So I'm doing over here. I don't draw dresses often. I usually draw people wearing pants and shirts. It's good to experiment, to go out of what you usually do whenever it comes to stuff like this. Yeah, her thumb's gonna be facing towards it because of the way she's holding her hat there. So I'm just gonna take a little bit in the tip here and do the thumb. Now her body is mostly red, so I'm gonna try to make a little bit of the opposite of red in the background, which would be green. I'll put a color wheel up, by the way, during this whole segment here. This show what I'm talking about. The opposite of red is gonna be a green, and green is complementary to blue. Obviously, it's made from blue. So the background I'm gonna use mostly cool colors on. The contrast the dress here. Contrasting colors go well together. So, 'tis all part of color theory, is what it is. Let's see. Should probably give her shoes. Otherwise she wouldn't have any feet. Now I'm gonna make her be walking. See, so this one is going towards us, so it's gonna go down a bit. Like this. And since these are leggings, they're not going to overlap the shoes as much. Yeah, this is going to go down a bit like that. And then kind of widen out. I don't draw feet often either, by the way. Especially not with palette knives. These are still kind of new to me. Like, I use them, but I haven't made, like, entire pictures out of them as often as, you know, a freaking brush. So this is kind of a new experience for me. Let's see, I know there was something else I wanted to talk about. It had something to do with YouTube. Something stupid they've done again. I forgot though. It'll come up to me at some point. Now this color here is probably still wet on the underside. I'm not gonna need much of it, so I'm just gonna recycle. It's 1 part white, 1 part yellow ochre. Again, I'm gonna put the colors on screen to show how I mix them as well. Because I've been told that that's something good. Whenever I first started doing that, someone commented with some criticism, which is always, you know, I will straight ask for criticism on my artwork, on my video skills. Criticism is how you improve. And boy, do I need improvement. Let's see. I'm gonna make the band on her hat, because I like hats with bands on them. I'm gonna make the band on her hat match her leggings. I ain't no fashion designer, but, I've been doing, art for a pretty good while. So I'd like to think I've got a pretty good taste in color. Don't take my word for that one, though, because, again, I'm not a fashion designer. I'm a painter. So far, I'm liking where this is going. It's oil, though, so it's probably going to take all week for it to dry. So that's why I started on this as early as I did. Whenever I do oil paintings, you can expect me to start, like, right after I finish uploading the last video, before the video with oils in it. Stuff like watercolor and acrylic, that stuff dries almost the same day. Acrylic might take 2 days to dry, depending on how much you do it. Watercolor takes a few hours, probably. I'd reckon it's about a few hours, maybe a day. Oil, though, because it dries different. Alright, so now I'm going to do the path that she walks on, which is going to be made out of Payne's Gray. Every time I mention a color, even if I've already mentioned it before, I'm popping it up on the screen. Tell me what you think about that in the comments. About me popping up the colors on the screen every time I say it, or should I just like pop it up on the screen one time and leave it? Or not leave it the whole video, but like don't pop up on the screen after the first time. Alright, but yeah. As you can see, I don't know if it picks up on camera. It doesn't really, but it will whenever I do the end card with the picture. But Payne's Gray's got like a bluish tint to it. It's just a cold gray, which also is going to contrast the bright red dress, because red is a warm color, whereas blue is a cool color. So they heavily contrast, which is what I like. Contrasting colors, if done correctly, can look amazing in artwork. I'm pretty sure the original picture did that too. But again, I'm not going to do this exactly like the original. As you can see, her position is much different. And I've got a different plan for this one than what the original picture was. Because, I'm a surreal artist. Gotta make it surreal. Alright, gonna give this path a nice little wideness here. I might actually use some... Nah, never mind. I'm not gonna use brush on this. I'm gonna do this never palette knife challenge. Palette knives only. This time I'm not using one palette knife. I'm using all my palette knives when applicable. But I'm not gonna use any brushes in this one. I'm going up to her. Probably gonna want to grab a smaller knife to be more precise. And honestly, I was stupid starting this. I probably should have done the background before I did the subject. I was just really anxious to draw a person, because I enjoy drawing people. I've been drawing them so much I can just pump them out. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a smaller knife to do her. But I guess it's cool if I did her before I did the background. That way the palette knife roughness shows up a bit more. Now if I need to repaint over, I mean I got plenty of paint up here. Alright, I'm gonna speed this bit up again. And I'll see you on the flip side. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this as a double or triple video. I didn't realize how long I was gonna spend on this painting here. But I'm pretty sure this is satisfactory. I mean, this painting here, probably, I most likely will put this one in my portfolio here. 'Cause I actually really like the way this came out. I'm gonna have to do some more palette knife paintings in the future. Or palette knife along with things. 'Cause I'd love to be able to use a brush for like these eyes I'm adding on the trees here. A brush should be good for adding more and more detail to that. Whereas a palette knife, it looks more rough. Which, mind you, I like. I like that roughness. But I'm also I'm super into adding as much detail and Easter eggs and whatnot to my paintings. I like doing paintings where the longer you look at it, the better it gets. Or worse, depending on what painting it is. Let's see. I'm not going to speed it up again, because all I need to do now are eyes and shading. And this is going to add 5 to 10 minutes at most to this video. Which, my last video was 30 minutes long. And it's doing pretty well, honestly. And someone on Discord again told me that they like my longer videos. So I'm gonna continue not worrying about, like, I'm not gonna make a freaking hour-long video. Watch me do that on this one now. I'm not gonna make an hour-long video yet, but I am gonna switch over to having, like, my videos averaging around 20 minutes. Every now and then, maybe 30. No, on the sped up parts, obviously, I'm gonna add in some music. Or I might, actually, my friend offered me a mic, like a mic to plug into a USB. That's why I didn't take it, because I'm using my phone to record this. And the mic I have plugs into my phone. And I've put a sponge over it to make it work a wee bit better. But if I put my voice over sped up portions of the videos, I'm gonna ask my friend if I can borrow, a mic. And maybe sometime in the future, I'll get a better camera as well. Like a webcam. That way it's recorded completely on the computer. I'm probably going to start editing this on the computer. It's my phone. It's a phone. It doesn't have the best storage in the planet. Versus my computer, which is brand new. Which has pretty good storage, if you ask me. I don't know. Not computer expert. Nothing close to technological expert. What else was I going to talk about? Well, I did this last bit here. Oh yeah, my last video, I asked for a like, I said 50 likes, I'll do a painting from the comments. Well, I don't usually get anywhere near 50 likes on any of my videos. So this time, how about I say 20 likes? Yeah, 20 likes, and top comment, that's their suggestion. Like, if the top comment's criticism, then I can't paint criticism. I can use criticism, I can't paint it. But the top comment, give me something to paint, I'll paint if this video gets 20 likes. That's a decent goal, I believe. And that's higher than my average. I'm not gonna say, oh, I want 2 likes on the video when I'm averaging around 5 likes. Alright, let's see. Now for shading. For shading on red, I'm gonna use this burnt umber here. It's a dab. And then I'm gonna kind of blend it in with the red. Like so. That's probably too much burnt umber, which means I should add more red. And that's okay to make mistakes in art like this. You can always go back and correct it. Alright, on her pants, Oh, around the edges of this, before I added the one part white, it's still a little dark. I will use that to shade her leggings here. I can't get too detailed because I'm using, palette knives. If I was using brushes, I would detail this a lot more. I'm still new when it comes to palette knives. Let's see, I'm going to add some more snow around this tree here. With snow, sure you can leave it plain white and use it as an excuse to not paint a background. But it looks a whole lot better if you use like your dirtied white to do snow. Gives it more variety, more shading, more detail. I like it better that way. Oh, I don't like the way that one came out. Hold on. This is it. It's gonna... There. Those don't represent nothing. I just thought I'd add them. To contrast her dress, I'm going to use, if I can find it, my phthalo green. Nope, the Viridian. Oh, no, no, I found it. My phthalo green. I'm going to use that because it's a combination of green and blue, both of which contrast red very well. They also will stand out among the darker colored trees and the lighter colors of the ground. I'm not going to add pupils to these eyes because I can only do so much with these, and with the their shape and the fact I've done things like putting eyes on trees in the past, you can tell they're eyes. I swear there's something I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, junk and media. They've been doing some dirty stuff on YouTube where they'll take videos and they'll sit there and offer you, say, $200 to license your video. Which sounds good in the beginning. A lot of smaller YouTube channels like myself will fall for that crap. And they'll sign an agreement about having a lawyer. And then they'll get copyright struck. And their video will be taken down off their channel, but used by junk and media still, so they can make more money off of it. They've been giving $1,500 fines to people who use their stuff because they don't believe in fair use, apparently. They abuse fair use. They might even contact me for saying their name. But, you know what? If they send me a $1,500 fine, I'm not paying it. Take me to court. I'm not a lawyer, but I appreciate law, and I studied law before. And I know it falls under fair use. It also falls under intellectual property. So if someone, takes my video and say if I sell this piece right here. Alright, say this is sold to Norton Art Museum. And they see me doing a video on it, and they try to claim it because it's in their gallery. Under the law, this is my intellectual property, since, I painted it. So therefore, unless I gave my intellectual property rights over to Norton, which I'm not, you never give your intellectual property rights to anyone, by the way. It's just a bad idea in general right there. But unless I do that, I can take that to court, and there ain't nothing they can do about it. They can't take away what you made yourself, according to the law. Anyways, that's what junk and media does. So if you get an email from junk and media trying to purchase your video or license your video or whatever, don't take it. In fact, I'd report it because it's dirty. Is what they do. Junk media, more like junk in media. Haha, I'm gonna lose subscriber. Alright, so that just about does it for this video, guys. Like if you like it, dislike if you didn't. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And send all your death threats and criticism in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I am out.